Good evening. My name is John Drake, and a lot of you already know me, and I'm running for delegate from District 5. And here, and also I want to stress something tonight. There's something that's true now more than ever, and I said this back in 2007, but I didn't really believe it. But I believe it now, and that is we can win. We really can win. That's why we're here tonight. That's why we're going out this weekend. That's why, Melanie, who was up here earlier, she and I were out in the freezing cold rain this past Sunday. And I just want to give you just one anecdote that shows why we can win. We were over at a Publix and we're collecting signatures, and we asked this one man if he would sign a petition. And a lot of people, they don't really even ask what you're doing, but he's like, well, who do you support? We said, well, we support Ron Paul, but we support anybody that's constitutional. He's like, well, who else is that? He's like, there's nobody else. And so he's like, well, I like Ron Paul. I like Ron Paul on some things. Just one thing I don't like him. It's like, okay, here comes the foreign policy.
Foreign policy.
All right, so sure enough, it's like, well, I didn't like what he said about Israel. I was like, well, did you hear where he said that Israel will be able to allow to defend themselves, and that he actually voted against condemning Israel when they bombed Iraq and everything, and he's not going to be in their way and all that. He's like, yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be there to support him if they need us, da-da-da-da-da. And then Melanie brought up, well, Ron Paul has more support from anybody in the military than any other candidate. He's like, yeah, I know that. My son is in the Air Force, and he supports Ron Paul. I'm like, I got it. So, we were talking, and I was like, well, you know what? Ron Paul is the only candidate that really gets on the economic issues. On the right, they're going to say, oh, we have to spend more money on foreign policy and wars and everything. On the left, they're going to say that we have to spend more money on welfare, and the debt just keeps going up. Ron Paul's the only one that's going to cut $1 trillion across the board. He's like, you're right. Ron Paul's 100% right on economics.